Today's date is October 23rd, 2023, and the New England Patriots just came off one of their most impressive wins in the past 4 years since Tom Brady left.
I'd have to agree with you. Our first feel-good win since TB12 retired. Awesome game. Awesome game. I thought I was rooting for a high draft pick, but after that, I'm bought back in. We're going to the playoffs. We're a playoff team.
Impressive win, 29-25. Patriots take it in a game-winning fourth quarter drive. Mac Jones was surgical on that drive. Did a great job managing the entire game. Biggest thing come out of it was no turnovers from Mac. I think without that, we probably don't win that game. And for a second there, I thought it was going to be just like every other game this year where it was close. And then we end up just losing it in the last fourth quarter in the last couple drives. But we were able to pull it out. And, defense came up big. Offense came out bigger.
Yeah. I mean, the defense was good. Allen was a little off all day. I think the pressure got to him early. But offense was no turnovers like you mentioned. Positive yards. There was some yak involved with the receivers. All around, the offensive line too, kicking and Wenu out to right tackle was just it should have happened early in the year, but thank God it happened this past week.
Yeah, I agree. I think our run game could have been a little bit more effective on offense. I mean, just it never really seemed to kind of get going. We were getting the short yardage plays that we needed when we needed to get it down. We would get them, but not a whole lot of consistency out of the backfield. I don't know if that's on the O-line. I don't know if that's on the running backs, but I would like to see a little. I think with more consistency running the ball, we take it. We might score a couple more times there.
Yeah, I agree. It just wasn't very efficient. I don't know what it was because I thought, honestly, just watching the offensive line played really well. There were some holes here and there. I did see that Mondre missed a couple holes here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Thought he played better than he was playing terrible before this week. Thank God he snapped out of it a little bit. But honestly, step in the right direction, more consistency, like you said. But that's just gonna come as the season rolls along here.
And if this team does end up making a turn of the tables here, I think we're gonna end up accrediting it a lot to J.C. Jackson being back on this defense. I mean, you could tell he's slow. You could tell there's something that's a little bit off. But again, this is his second week with the team, and he had some times where you were not even seeing him a whole lot because he's locking Stephon Diggs down. He's just making kind of plays that aren't being seen. I think it's what we saw. Diggs was a little off today too. Allen was a little off. I think you got to credit that somewhere.
Oh, 100%. And he's definitely not what he was 2 years ago. He's still probably coming off that gruesome knee injury, but overall he's such a big addition with Gonzo going down. But don't overlook Jack Boy. Jack Boy came back. He was awesome. He was awesome. He adds some intensity into the secondary with Jabril Peppers. But yeah, overall, I thought the secondary played really well today. A lot of missed tackles though, but they were good.
I got a nickname for our guy Jack.
What is it?
You want to know? They call him Jail Time Jack because he's locks people down. He locks people up. He is. He does. He's good. And he still plays with that kind of overcommitment sometimes, where sometimes he does. It's like, all right, dude, chill out. You're doing too much.
I know.
The plays he makes, he's an electric player. How about Jabril Peppers, dude?
Oh my God. Jabril, he should have been drafted as a Patriot years ago. He wasted his first couple of years. He is an awesome football player. I've honestly, in the last 5 to 10 years, I've never seen a safety hit so hard. And just get back up.
And the throwback to the hit he had against Devontae Adams. He's a tone setter. He just sets tone.
He's a leader. He's 26, 27. He's a leader. I love it.
I think he's older than that, but he hits like a motherfucker, and he's just the type of guy you rally about. And Jalen, there was a third down that was ruled dead halfway through, but I thought this was just the sickest play ever. When Jalen threw it in the back at the last second, and Jabril just sticks one hand out and snags it. Awesome. The play didn't matter and everything, and Jalen just thrown it to throw it. But just the way he went out and grabbed it with one hand, it just hypes me up, dude. He plays like a dog.
I'm sorry. Another huge play was the Bentley, the 4th and 6.
Yes,
he knocked out and knocked his hands out.
Duggar comes in too over top. Little low.
Oh yeah. Nothing like it.
Yeah, you love to see those guys on defense making plays.
Oh yeah, it's great, especially the secondary. But Barmore also played. He's been a wrecking ball the last couple weeks. Thank
He
God
has been.
without
But
Judon.
you can tell that D line is not the same without Judon.
No,
You
it's
just
not.
don't have that guy that one you can depend on third down to make a big play, or come up with consistent pressure throughout the game. Like
Yeah,
he'll get it here and there. Like you said, if Barrymore breaks one through, but Barrymore's coming on from the inside. Like you need to have that outside edge presence where they're double teaming him. Where it's an offensive line. Like you need to know at all
yeah,
times where that guy is. We
yeah,
don't have that right now, and that's going to hurt us. That's going to hurt us against a quarterback that can stand in the pocket, step up, and throw some good passes. Where Jalen,
yeah,
he gets flustered, he runs outside the pocket, and that allows our DBs to do what they do best, which is just lock people up in man.
yeah,
Whereas some quarterbacks, if they can stay in the pocket and we give them that time, it's going to hurt us.
yeah. No, I completely agree with that. Um, yeah, Barmore. But honestly, in Barmore's defense, like we haven't had a defensive tackle like him since probably what Vince Wilfork. I
Yeah,
mean,
well,
so
Vince was a different type of player than
very
Armore is,
different.
though.
But I'm
Yeah,
just saying, like a tone setter that can get to
yeah,
the edge rush or to the quarterback.
no,
Um,
definitely.
but but yeah, the defense playing well. Um, there were a couple missed tackles here and there. I thought too many, but overall, a win is a win, and take it 10 times out
Yeah,
of 10.
offense was able to drive the ball down, get in the red zone, and that's really why we won the game. No turnovers, and they were consistent. The play
They
calling was
were,
good. They got players out in open space. We had some yak. We used Bourne for the second week in a row, and it's really good to
yeah,
see them actually playing a player in the position where he's playing slot, he's playing outside, he's bouncing back and forth in the spot where he should be. And it's also great to see that Juju's not in there and Devontae Parker's not being
Parker
used. Two guys who are just total duds on the offense. It's great to see that
terrible,
they're not a part
and
of it.
and and it's really great that. And then so they remember Jalen Rieger from the Eagles, the
Yeah,
Vikings.
yeah,
He played just as many snaps as Parker. Thank God. Parker, after not taking accountability after last week's catch, he doesn't
yeah.
get open anyway. I mean, you put your two best receivers out there, and look what happens. You win the football game. You throw them the ball, you win the football game.
How about
It's
Pop
really,
Douglas? Can we
oh my
can we
God,
talk about Demario Douglas for a second? A great pick. That's when things like people have been ragging on Bill a lot. We do find those late round guys. That top of the draft. I agree. We
little
have not drafted
jitterbug.
well, but late round guys we've drafted well, and Pop Douglas is going to be a name that it's going to be talked about for years to come on why people passed him.
And I saw he only played like 38 snaps. Like, what, maybe a
Mm-hmm.
little more than half the snaps. But guess what? They're gonna start feeding him that football.
I know
Um,
something. I'd like to see them use him in their more downfield passing game instead of just getting it to him at the line of scrimmage. Because I feel like
yeah,
he could be a guy where he'll get open, he'll find the seam, kind of like
yeah,
Tyreek Hill is. Obviously, he's not going to be a Tyreek Hill,
yeah.
but they should try to use him in that more downfield passing game as well because he
Yep,
just gets open. He finds
he
space. He
does.
gets open. He
He
beats people off
does.
the line. It's really cool to watch.
I know, and it's a nice little compliment too. We were missing that the last 4 or 5 years. And non-Patriots news, really quick. How did Jacoby Myers get away? How did
Uh,
Jacoby Myers get away? And
what
he would
a
have been a great compliment here, but it is what it is.
I mean,
Um,
imagine having Jacoby on one side of the slot, Pop on the other side of the slot, Bourne hopping inside out, him and Myers
ugh,
switching back and forth. I mean that, and then Gasicki and Hunter Henry just being the two big bodies. That would be elite. Like we'd have a good receiving core. I would even
I
call it average. I would call it an
yeah,
average receiving
I
core
would,
at that point.
oh, 100%. Yeah, we're below average right now. But you missed one tight end there, Pharaoh Brown.
Yeah,
Him.
he's playing like a dog.
He's playing. He's the highest graded tight end I saw over the course of the NFL this year. I mean,
I
he makes plays. He gets just anytime he's targeted, it seems like he's got four dudes on his back and he's just carrying to the first
I
down.
know the only knock I have on that guy is I just don't like the way he like yells after. It's like a way too aggressive yell, and I was like, all
I
right, buddy,
love
it's
it.
the first
I love
quarter,
it.
5 minutes in, chill the fuck out.
I love it. He's been a great little addition as our third tight end. Um, yeah, I'm trying to think of
Well, let's touch
some.
on Mac Jones and how he played different from the past couple weeks that we saw him play. What was the biggest difference that you saw in him this past week?
Um, First off, the offensive line blocked better. I think that's just the first. That's what improved the most.
Mm-hmm.
Um, he was really accurate too. He didn't make any terrible decisions. I thought he was really good.
Yeah, I think it was a mix of him making good decisions. I think it was a mix of the wide receivers getting open. And I think it was a huge Bill O'Brien game. I think Bill O'Brien really sat down. He's had this one circled on the calendar for a while. Good blocking schemes and really just good route running play calls that allowed Mac Jones to not overcomplicate the plays. He wasn't having to make 3 or 4 reads on a play. It was 1 or 2. And the receivers were getting open, which was huge.
Yeah, and to add one more thing to that, I don't know the statistic, but they must have ran like 50% of their plays. Not even 50. It's like 30% of their plays were RPOs. Max said in the
Mm-hmm.
post game, he said, one of the reporter was like, "What changed today?" He said, "Honestly, I was getting the ball out quick. I was doing things that I'm good at. I had some time, and I can read a defense when I have time." And that's what happened. The line played well. Went back to what Mac did great his rookie year. Got the ball quick, made quick decisions, and just churned out yards every single drive. So that was really great to see.
I will say, though, every time he drops back to throw and it
I
does
know.
come out, it's just such a noodle ball. It looks like, I don't know.
I disagree with that
No,
yesterday.
John, there could be a
Not
stat.
yesterday.
John, there could be a stat that says, like, oh, it's coming out at like an average NFL quarterback speed. But, dude, it just looks like it flood. Like, it is not a tight spiral. He really does not have a tight spiral. It
I,
flutters.
I
That thing
mean, like,
flutters.
yeah, sure. The last couple weeks, sure. I mean,
Even this past week, dude,
he made some
he's
good
making throws.
throws.
Yeah, they were good throws. I'm not ragging on the throws. I'm just saying it looks like he
Hey,
has a
guess what?
spaghetti arm.
Don't rag on Pea Shooter Jones. He
I
looked
don't
good.
know. Yeah, he did. But I mean, I think it was a good team win. Special teams didn't do anything to make a headline, which is all you need from special teams, just to kind of show up and do your job. Uh,
Exactly.
yeah, but good win. All right, so we're
Good
now
win.
going to go into a segment. This is sponsored by the Minutemen merch store. It's going to be one question with the fan talking future. Special guest, Roman J. Sesta. All right, this segment is called One Future Question with a Fan. And today we have joining us the first ever guest of the Minutemen pod, Patriots insider, Roman James Sessa. Clap it up, clap it up.
Good evening, gentlemen. Thank you guys so much for having me. Been a fan. Love the work.
All right,
Yeah.
awesome. John, let's start it off. What is your one question for the fan talking future?
I mean, the most obvious question: will Bill Belichick be the head coach of the New England Patriots in 2024?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh, let's go!
I listen, I'm coming from watching the Saints game live in person. Mac Jones getting booed off the field, whole team getting booed. Christian Barmore's up like looking at the stands like lock in everyone, all about the mental game. Like he's just getting everyone fired up. I mean, like, can you have someone else making the draft picks and some of the roster personnel decisions? I think there's room for discussion with that. Can you have someone else calling plays on offense, which like we're bringing to the table with Bill O'Brien? Absolutely. But if you're thinking of someone being qualified enough to coach a football team, I don't think there's any question that Bill's job security is in jeopardy whatsoever.
Yeah. I honestly agree with everything you just said. I do think that it might be time to hand over just most of the GM duties, even the drafting duties. He can do whatever he wants in free agency, even though the results haven't been there. But he's still a top 3 coach in the NFL, like you said. I mean, he's just Bill Belichick. You look at that guy on the sideline, you're scared of him. You're scared of him.
Right. And like I've thought about this too, like imagine being on the other side, like on a different fan of a different team, like
The
Patriots
Jets, for
aren't doing so
example.
well, then we just go and blow up the Bills. Like it's kind of like a wild card. Like you don't know what you're gonna expect, like coming to play us. You know?
No, I agree. And I thought they did some awesome things offensively against the Bills. So hopefully it stays true.
All right, hopefully Bill does keep it up because I think he weathered the storm of the Bills on the hot seat with this win this past week against Buffalo. But I do think we have a couple other bad losses. People are going to be at the gates yelling for his head, and there's nothing you can do about that. That's the media. That's what they do. They raise a suspicion. All right, Roman. So no, you
I
don't
have
get
one
the
more
answer.
thing
No,
to add.
no, you can't add anymore.
All right, all right.
All right, Roman. My question for you is: do you think Mac Jones will be the starting quarterback of the New England Patriots in 2024? 2025, 25.
I don't know. I mean, this is the point I was going to get to before, but I just think it would be a crazy missed opportunity with all the cap space we're gonna have next year. Like with Bill, I mean, I just think he can make some decisions, but I don't know with Mac, man. I mean, it kind of depends on how the year goes out, and I don't know about you guys, but I just a couple sketchy like decisions. Other than that, like it's hit or miss. Like I really don't know.
Oh.
All right, if you had to put $500 on it, yes or no?
I'm gonna say yes.
Oh.
Yep.
I would wholeheartedly disagree with you. I think this is Mac Jones' last year as New England Patriots starting quarterback. I think we look towards draft, or I think we look towards free agency to get a bridge quarterback, as we've seen other teams do, i.e., Geno Smith. So I think that's the direction we go in. Mac Jones, John's shaking his head here because he still has hope. I have no hope. You can't play games in the NFL like he's played and somehow resurrect your career. I just don't think the guy's him.
What did he do against the Bills last week? He had time.
He played.
He had guys open. He hit the open receivers. Give him time. Give him time.
Calm down.
Rome, can you back me up there?
No, I agree, man. I think O-line gotta step it up there. I mean, you look at some quarterbacks around the league, like I think Mac Jones is better than Brock Purdy. Like,
and
they just got weapons. They got O-line.
You guys are delusional. You're delusional.
No.
I just think you put him in the right situation. You go out, get some
Yep.
star receivers, some superstars on offense. Not fucking Can I cuss? Sorry, but
Yes.
not Devontae Parker. Like guys from the throat to get some guys to block on the O-line. I think we're a great fucking football team. I
completely agree. Guess
I'm a
what?
believer.
You go out.
I'm not a
People are gonna
believer.
hate this. People are gonna hate this. We're gonna end up with 7 wins. We're gonna end up with 7 wins. We're gonna end up like the 9th draft pick. We're gonna draft a tackle. Go out and get a number 1, Bill. Go out and get a number 1 for Mac.
Yep.
Go out and get a 1.
You guys are delusional.
Nope.
You're living in his rookie year. You're delusional. The guy's not him. He's gonna keep proving it throughout the rest of the season. I'm sorry he gave you false hope this past game. I'm sorry he gave you false hope. All right, Roman, what's your one question for the Minutemen? We'll both give our answer to it. Just give us a question.
My one question for the Minutemen, with the way the AFC is in general this year, would Tom Brady on this team make it out of the AFC?
Tom Brady, but we'd probably be undefeated right now if we had Tom Brady, to be completely honest. With our defense, Judon and Gonzo don't get injured. We have Tom Brady on this team.
But they're injured. They're injured.
But no, all right. Well, let's say they didn't get injured, and the defense played the way it did in the beginning of the year. The first 2 games we would have won, and the confidence of that defense and this team would be at an all-time high. We'd be playing lights out. I think Brady makes our O-line better. Brady makes our O-line better. He gets the ball like this every time. Doesn't matter how quick they let guys in. Brady makes that O-line look 10 times better than Mac the Bum Jones does. I've said my piece.
Stop with the disrespect.
My watch has ended.
He has not played well, but hey, guess what? Tom Brady, we have a winning record. We have a winning record, but we don't win. We don't win that Cowboys game.
Yes, we do.
We don't win that Dolphins game.
Yes, we do, John. We win the Cowboys game because he doesn't throw a stupid interception. He doesn't throw across the backside field. He doesn't get strip sacked for the fumble. Defensive scores. We win that game because of that. You gotta understand, like, we lost those games because Mac Jones made stupid decisions. Brady doesn't do that stuff. He doesn't do that.
Hey, Max. What did Mac Jones do last week against the Bills?
He was a game manager. He was Jimmy Garoppolo.
Yeah, a game manager. You're going to call him a game manager? He drove down the field with 1:59 left and won the game. That's not a game manager.
And he missed the first opportunity to win the game to Pop Douglas, which was a horrible throw and a horrible decision. I don't know why he just doesn't sling it out there. But we'll get into that in later segments. Answer your question, yes, I think the New England Patriots are undefeated with Tom Brady. I also think we make it at least to the AFC Championship.
We're a playoff team, but I don't know if we make it to the chip.
I'm in Johnny's boat with that. I think we're a playoff team, but I don't think we make it out of that with the talent that's around. No,
you guys doubt the GOAT. You doubt the GOAT.
Rob and I have the same vision.
You guys doubt the GOAT, and it's a stupid ass vision. All right, Roman James, thanks for joining us as the first guest of the Minuteman Pod. Have a good night.
See you, fellas. You guys want me to leave?
Hey, you gotta leave.
See you, fellas.
See you, Rome.
All right, that was one question with the fan talking future with the first guest, Roman Sessa. Really good conversation we had with him there.
Bro.
All right, into the next segment, we will go talking to next week. Dolphins, week 8, in Miami, where the Patriots have struggled historically. John, what is your take for this upcoming game? A big game, big division game. Can we even the series with Miami on the season?
I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm going to be standing up from kickoff to the end of the game in my basement. I'm treating this like a playoff game. If we win, I am back. I'm back in. But as far as if we can even the series, it's gonna be tough. I'm not gonna lie, it's gonna be tough. The Dolphins lost to the Eagles last week, 31-17, and Tyreek got a touchdown called back. He dropped the touchdown. That's already 31. I don't know. I hope we can. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be a tough assignment. What do you think?
I agree. No Gonzo, no Judon, the new reality of this team. Gonzo, the way he played against Miami's receivers in week 1, not having him this week is going to be really hard. I don't know if J.C. Jackson's up for the task. I really hope that Jonathan Jones can get healthy, really healthy in the span of a week. It'll be nice having jail time Jack back, but I don't know if he's going to be – he overcommits too much, which is the last thing you need against these Dolphins receivers. And I just think if our offense can go out there and we can try to score 28 points, over 28 we did this week.
25. Give me 25.
No, you're going to need more than that to beat this Miami team. Our defense isn't good enough, I don't think, right now to hold Miami under that. So I think it's going to be a big offensive game. The biggest key to this game next week, the biggest key, if the second this happens, we've lost, is no turnovers on offense. We will not be able to stay in a game if we have a turnover. So that's the only key. That's my key to victory is no turnovers from the offense, and the defense needs a takeaway, and it needs it early and often. We need to fucking get into his head, and we need to try to put him out. We need to try to put him in a blank space. We need a little bit of fingers in there. So we got to get something going. We need something going from the D-line early and often. That's my thing. Biggest key is no turnovers on the offense, and I think we have a chance. Miami Minutemen Pod will be in attendance at the Miami game.
Let's go.
Behind enemy lines.
Score prediction. I'm going to say 29-26. New England Patriots.
I'm giving it New England's going to be, I think we're taking it 31-28. New England.
Jeez.
I think we take it on a final game-winning drive. Field goal from Ryland. I think we only win that game, though. One, defense needs takeovers. Again, no turnovers by offense. That's the only way we can put up 31 points on offense.
Stop the run. Stop the outside Mostert run. Stop the run. Make them drop back and whack them. Whack Tua.
Most important player on the field come Sunday. Who is it? Player or coach? Who's the most important on the field for the Patriots come Sunday?
Mac McCorkle Jones. That's it. It's Mac Jones. He's the X factor. If he can orchestrate yards, we're going to be fine. We're going to be fine.
Yeah, I would tend to agree with you naturally, but I'm going to have to disagree with you there. I think the most important person on the field come Sunday is going to be Bill Belichick. I think he has to make the right calls. I think he has to drive the biggest schemes. I think he has to help kind of slow the game down for the entire team. Because if we don't do that, then it's going to be tough. I think this is a big legacy game for Bill, as this past week was. He was able to show that, yeah, he still has it. And I think this next week against Miami, where a lot of people, everyone's going to be writing him off, man. They're going to say, oh, well, Bill, we don't know if he still has all this and all that. I think Bill's the most important person on the field that game. I think he was the reason that, we ended up beating Buffalo because of what he was able to draft up. So I hope he can do it again second week in a row.
And I'm trying to think defensively. What are we going to do defensively? I don't know what you can do against this Dolphins team. You can't man them, obviously.
Well, no, we'll double layer Tyreek Hill, as we've always done. We double layer him, put our two best guys on that side. Used to be able we could do our two second best guys and have Gilly lock up the other guy.
Yeah.
Can't do that anymore. Tyreek Hill's too good of a player to not do that. We were able to weather a storm. The only issue I have with this week is it's in Miami.
It's fine though. It's the beginning of the year. It's not towards the end of the year.
We don't travel well to Miami.
I'm not worried.
So
it's a new year. It's a new year.
It's going to be a huge game for New England. Would really love to get to 3 wins. That would definitely be a big turnaround moment for this team. We get to 3 wins, 2 back-to-back division games, and then some easier weeks coming up. So if we could steal this one, oh man, that would be good if we could steal it.
If we win this one, the New England Patriots are going to go on a run. 2 games, you get this one, you get the Commanders, you get the Broncos the next couple weeks, the Colts.
Commanders, Colts in Germany. Big travel game. I wonder if the Patriots are going to decide to. We'll have to discuss that week. If Patriots will travel early or travel late. Both teams that have traveled late.
Travel early.
Both teams that have traveled late to London this past year have lost. Titans traveled late, and Bills traveled late, and Falcons.
Yeah.
All traveled late. All took a loss. So it'll be interesting to see what travel decisions both of those teams take.
Yeah. Let's go Patriots. Big week. Playoff week.
Big week.
Unfortunately, this early into the year. But
all right.
It is what it is.
Let's go Patriots.
Go Pats.